LGD probably have the advantage in a sense that it's pretty straightforward what you need to do, and when you are the favorite, that makes it super hard for the enemy team, but also it does make it easier for them to read what you need to do, and they have options. So as I said, I'd rather play the Radiant draft. I feel like if these were two tier 1 teams, I think the Radiant one I'd prefer, but here it's gonna be a rough one for them.
The only thing that I would definitely say for LGD, I'm favoring them for. I feel like their support duo is easier to make things happen with them, but nonetheless, it's not like Techie's a slouch in that department. It's not like Undying cannot be extremely useful in fights. And the first thing they come across is a lone druid bear. Extremely pointless to even bother doing damage on top of it. So, no kills. It's going to be having a standard start to the game here.
I mean, you can stop that TP of the bear. I was thinking they might go for it, right? Because it's a lot of golden experience, but they decide not to skill any unnecessary spells like the Mars Spear or the Tusk Snowball. I guess that's a fine decision. Laning stage is just so important. You'd rather start it on equal footing with all of your main spells up.
The battle begins.
As a support player, be honest, right? Have you ever been yelled at because you showed up in lane with tag team leveled?
I don't think with the Tusk, actually people don't. And I would rarely come to a lane with the tag team.
No, that's what I mean. I'm saying, like,
I
has it
know
ever
there
happened
was a
to you that, like,
situation.
you leveled it and then you got a first blood and they yell at you? What happened?
So they don't yell, but they ping you. So this is what happened. I got caught by a Phoenix. I was playing a 4 Phoenix. I got caught by a Phoenix. I skilled up the Icarus dive. It went away. Our offlaner, who I think it was mind control in that game, lost the lane quite heavily because of that. My fault. I know. Better die. And then people were like, how did you lose? That doesn't matter. Slardar versus a lifestealer. I don't remember what it was. And he was just pinging my spell. so that's the one that I remember.
I've pinged many spells in my time, so I can completely understand how that happened. But looking at these lanes, we've had some blockbuster experiences today. Lots of action-packed lanes. Are we going to be having any of these side lanes giving us that same degree of excitement from earlier?
First of all, the techies just got the courier because Shiro's courier decided to go for some weird pathing around the trees closer to the enemies. So that's quite nice. Looking at the lanes and where kills might be happening, I feel like top lane is more likely. Bottom is people are gonna die if they overextend in their pokes. On the top lane, people can die just by the other two going for them. So I'd say this is where the real action will be happening.
Definitely going to be keeping eyes out here. I really want to see what Shiro goes for at level 3 on his gyrocopter. In mid. Setsu versus Han. This is one of those situations where you both just literally just trade farm. You just need 1 point into Bulwark as the Setsu Mars to be completely fine in this lane. And Han, unless he gets some help, both won't be able to kill you, nor will you be able to kill him without help. So mid lane, boring as hell. Have fun, y'all. This is the last time we're going to look at this.
Yeah, we're not gonna do it. Fast forward, our observer is like, yeah, you don't get to choose, I do. And then he's like, I really wanted to find out how this matchup goes and how to play it. Yeah, there it is. I gave him the idea. My fault. Sorry, Snare, it's not gonna happen again.
If you want to learn how to play mid Mars, you go and find Team Zero replays and look at 7E playing Mars mid. That guy's amazing. At that particular hero, at least.
What the... Again, LGD are losing in terms of CS, and it's not by much, but they are losing. The Mars mid is the one that kind of catches my eye the most, because that hero should pretty much get the CS on every single creep. Like, literally every single creep. They're not focused today, Snare. That's just it. Your boys are not focused.
Yeah. Well, it might be one of those situations where they just need just a little bit of time, get more comfortable. Maybe Jawait needs to just remind them to wash their faces, but You know, sometimes we had this discussion yesterday. Sometimes when Dota is too easy, or when you consider yourself in a much more advantageous position, you don't play at the optimum of your powers. You end up getting punished for it. It happens.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. And these are all professional teams here. None of them is a slouch. You come in with multiple bad decisions, you will lose the game. Like, it's not like, oh, we're LGD, we're unbeatable. It was already shown that that was just not the case.
I mean, hell, every single person that's on LGD right now, one point or another, not necessarily regarded as a superstar. They had to make the climb up. So they understand the danger that can be presented by others down the bottom. They almost got the kill onto the Undying. Instead, he manages to skirt away at the very last minute and stay alive. But also, we spoke about this in the draft, how impossible it is going to be to kill New. As long as you have 1 point Spirit Siphon, you are fine, mate. And unfortunately, Lone Druid found that out the hard way down bottom.
Oh boy, what a manly fight. In the end, everybody's just punching each other, everybody getting low at times, and in the end, nobody dying. You know, a real gentleman's duel, right? You don't finish your opponent off, but you send them back. Okay, that's a panda. You can't kill that. These are Chinese teams. You're gonna get arrested. So, GG, well played.
True. Ah, that's actually the next level strat. Nice. I see.
Easy. Have you watched the new Kung Fu Panda?
I haven't, but the people who told me that they've seen it said it's not nearly as good as the other ones. And the other ones were amazing, so I haven't seen it yet. What about you?
Nah, haven't done it. I heard that the humor is cool, right? But that's not what the Kung Fu Panda is all about. It's about friendship and everything else. But Dota is about friendship as well. That's why we are so friendly to each other in pubs. We still haven't seen a kill snare. That is pretty to be problematic. I guess once the Primal Beast gets the onslaught, that's when they're gonna attempt something.
Dota is about friendship. We might get the first blood down bottom as they lead in onto the Undying, and you able to draw the first blood here. This bear is really low on the HP as well, but they've already found themselves using all their available spells. No snowball on PYW. They can't stop the bear being dragged back. But that does also demand a resummon from the Lone Druid. So if they make an aggressive move like that again and bring it low, then they're in a very good place. But top lane, Shola and the Primal Beast, they get the kill on Shiro. While Smile was away stacking for a second, and his Gyrocopter got punished.
There it is. The second that the onslaught is there, when you have all three of your spells plus 2 points in the trample, that's where the Primal Beast is at its scariest. Okay, that was very optimistic that the Bruiser was gonna be able to get the stun in.
And sometimes you gotta try. Just to let them know that you can click the buttons, even if the button clicking doesn't succeed at the moment. Still though, the trend that you mentioned earlier, nor will it ever. That doesn't mean you mustn't try.
Exactly.
You know, you made mention earlier about how the trend today has been LGD losing their lanes, especially in the CS battle. This one, like in previous games, sometimes I could somewhat understand it, but in this game, especially for the Death Prophet, LGD are not getting nearly enough. Mars is gonna have to work so hard to help New recover his game here.
Well, we're gonna say you were versus an Undying, right? I guess level 1 Lone Druid doesn't really CS too well, but the second that you get the level 2 Bear, it changes in your favor, and then you have level 1 and 2 Undying really until he loses his mana. The Death Prophet is kind of afraid, so I would have expected her to do slightly better, but it's not too bad. I'm not mad at New. It's fine.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
We'll see who's going to be the first off the mark to make a move across the map. As so far, everybody very convincing. Shiro still being by and large left to his own devices while you Smile farms up the jungle. Tetu, yes, free farming mid. Now I think they can probably start thinking about leaving New alone. Right now, he has phase boots. He just got the pickup of a Wraith Band and a full wand. So I think for now, New can probably be A-OK down bottom. create some space so that PYW can move around, get some better vision, maybe make a movement to the top side of the map. But instead, the move is coming bottom instead. Look at this. Here comes Setsu. They definitely don't want the Undying. They want the bigger kill. Lone Druid is nearby, but not nearby enough. Tombstone on the high ground. Undying will die, yes, but gave enough vision so that the Lone Druid can back off just in time to stay alive.
That's important. I think that rotation from the Mars should have come maybe a minute later once you do have the Death Prophet ulti. Like, there's no siege creep, there's no Death Prophet ulti. That rotation probably not gonna result in a tower, but I guess you got a kill on the Undying. Every single time the Undying is dead, it is gonna be making the Lone Druid question if he can come out into the lane. So it's not a bad rotation, especially because it took only maybe one wave at max.
Not much lost out on. Down bottom, really goal to get vision on Lone Druid. At the same time, Goal Over Life is Death. Okay, that name is too long. What could we call them? Goalies, yes, the goalies. Because Goal Over Life is Death will acronym to Goal Over Life. Goalies are fighting under the tower. Here comes the Mars. PYW is falling low, but with the arena, they should at least be able to kill off this Lone Druid. And he will die, but will there be any revenge possible right now for the goalies? Doesn't seem like it. Shola being ran down by these Death Prophet little ghosts. The Exorcism Spirits get the double kill for New. Nobody else can come bottom to defend this. So not only do they lose these heroes, they'll lose the tier 1 tower, but they also dragged Primal Beast down here. So that's going to be a few waves of complete free farm for Shiro in the top lane.
Mars TP'd out, but you just can't go into these creeps. They will put down the boost and the tower is gone.
Tower is gone, but they're going to try at least get the kill onto Why You Smile. The trample is down. Is there enough damage?
Help?
Yes, there is. The snowball comes in, but it's a little bit too late. UIW unable to save him, but at the very least able to secure the revenge. Tombstone should end up dying as well. Oh, look at that. The Chen from Beyond the Grave throwing in the Hurl Boulder with the shards. I don't think his team knew he was going to do that. I think if they knew he was making that play, they definitely would have tried to jump the Undying, but they don't. And they'll still walk away with the tower and a couple of kills bottom.
Undying is in trouble. He is in a lot of trouble, especially with the Mars rotating as well. They really hate this guy.
Setsu would love to at least be in experience range. That's going to be denied from him, unfortunately. As New just collects the easy kill. Unfortunately for the side of goalies, they won't be able to take the tier 1 tower middle before Setsu returns. So they don't even get much on the map for the lack of presence of the Mars here.
Yeah, poor goalies. Do you think they're goalies because they're really good at their job, or because they couldn't play football as well as the other kids and then they put them on?
Both. You know, like when I was in high school, the football team I played on, our goalkeeper was actually one of our best players on the pitch, but it just so happened that he was the most athletic person. So we were like, okay, like, we need your athleticism all around the pitch, but whenever you're not in goal, we concede like 4 or 5 a match. So, okay, bro. Even though you're the best, go stand there. It'll be okay.
Okay, makes sense. That's fine. Then that's an honorable goalie. Hopefully these guys are that way as well. But a 2k goal lead for LGD. This is the start that they were looking for. Managed to get the bottom tier 1 without losing their mid tier 1, which is something that happens when versus a TA you leave the lane too much. But I think Setsu had the presence of mind every single time to return to the lane super quickly. All 3 times that he rotated towards the bottom lane, he was able to return in a decent time. But it did leave Han to have a great start. So he's gonna get his blink and then he's gonna get his shard, and that's gonna be the timing where the goalies are well, they're gonna be able to maybe take this game back, because currently it's not looking the greatest for them.
Things are about to get more difficult because they just picked up a blink dagger on Mars. It's flying out to him right now. They're gonna clear out this wave middle and go on a small adventure. Do they have a smoke nearby? They do not, so this is not the easiest big move to make. This will complete the full Vlads for the Chen as well. One thing that you mentioned about how good Setsu has been at coming back middle, he's done so without even having to TP. Just being able to make the quick movement himself when the wave is on. Feels the blink dagger, spearing back the Undying. They put him in range of PYW and they do find the kill. Primal Beast, you know, one thing that Primal Beast players need to remember, spells like God's Rebuke, they do interrupt the a full onslaught, so they can't get the channel out. Ends up getting killed off. Now with his death, Tier 1 tower shall fall very quickly thereafter.
Not only that, but when he started going for the onslaught, you know, when he starts roaring, rah, rah, right? He got silenced up, so he couldn't cancel it, and he had to go for the full duration of it. Usually the Primal Beast players, they can kind of understand what kind of distance they need to get onto the hero that they're going for, but he went for the full-on one, didn't go in at the timing that he wanted, then he goes into the arena, and well, it's an easy kill. LGD, just like that, they got the mid lane tower, the top lane tower, and the whole map is now theirs.
You know, literally less than 90 seconds ago, they were winning, but it was still a relatively even game. But now it's a 5k gold lead for LGD. They've gotten tier 1 towers all across the map. They own everything, like you say. But for me, the more concerning thing, I'm looking at the item progression on the side of the goalies. I'm not seeing items immediately that's going to help them make this big difference. Is going BKB first. Well, going Blade Mail into BKB. They're not going to have the blink for a while. TA, yes, she will have blink very shortly, but TA uses this as a fighting / farming item, not necessarily for initiation. I am concerned about, even when they get some of their next upcoming items, how do they convert those items into teamfight victories for the goalies?
It has to be a constant run towards the LGD heroes, right? Somewhere around your traps, you wait for LGD to come, you see them, bam, you jump with the TA, you delete one hero, onslaught in, get the other one. That's how it needs to be. You have the Diffusal Blade on the lone druid, you can also chase people down. It has to be pulling LGD into an unfavorable position and then slowly getting on top of it. The problem is that LGD, they understand just how far ahead they are, and now if you play this game conservatively, you should be able to win it, and there's no reason to risk it at this point, especially because it's the lower bracket. That's why I feel like the Radiant side is gonna have a tough time coming back into it.
Still trying though, trying to farm as much as possible. Lone druid starting to build into getting the blade mail. The diffusal's already out for the bear, and TA just now picked up the blink dagger, so the progression into the Deso begins. She might die in the top lane. Setsu's right behind her. The blink dagger on toe. Already threw in the homing missile. Fortunately for these young Han TA, Undying, willing to tank the gank. Very instrumental. Like, he was literally about to blink on Setsu onto the TA, so very good time to try and interrupt that. Middle, they find Shola trying to TP out, the spear interrupts it, and that should be a very easy kill for LGD.
BYW comes to secure that kill. Very nicely done. His contribution was immense, and of course they're going to be quite happy about it, but overall this is just what this LGD lineup does. Kill into tower, kill into tower. Every single time you have the exorcism, you want to use it off cooldown, and
he ran into a gyrocopter with full rocket barrage. With the blade mail though, does bring him low enough that TA can finish him off. The question is, can the rest of the lineup escape here as they take down the Undying on blink daggers on cooldown for another 8 seconds? Do they have reveal here? Yes they do, but it doesn't catch on. PYW missed. Oh no, that would have been a dead Templar assassin, but instead he gets to live here. Very rare mistake with the reveal coming in from PYW.
And now that's the opportunity for the chase. There's the Diffusal Blade coming in handy. The shard's not really going to protect you too well.
See how much they can chase here. They don't have a disruptor to drag them back. Did find a very good stun from Shola, but the entire lineup, in particular Primal Beast, wasn't here. So without him being around, can't onslaught forward, can't get the pulverize, can't find the kill. But they do manage to defend themselves, keep some heroes alive, and force LGD to decide if they want to be the ones to defend a tier 1 top.
Not an easy defense, but they're still gonna go for it.
Wow! They jump onto the lone druid, and they just blow him up. PYW, bro. What a god, what a player. This blink dagger, enabling them to get the kill. Yeah, you lose the tier 1 tower. But if I lose the tier 1 tower at 16/17 minutes to a lone druid and kill him, I'm happy, bro.
That could have been problematic though. The spear connected on a tower that died half a second later. If it died before, the spear does not connect, Lone Druid gets his ulti off, and then who knows what happens, right? These are the kind of things that the Radiant side needs to hope will go their way. Shiro, yeah, he's not using the Rocket Barrage. Nicely done. Just wait it out.
Nice. That's what happened last time. Now there's going to be the triple cooldown. He might still die here. Survives on 30 HP. The arena from Setsu catching in Undying in the TA. Undying probably going to be the first one to take a tumble here. And next up, we do see Han at least able to bring down PYW. But it's an open question whether or not he survives this fight. Being chased down by New, but the space being created by the Onslaught and by the Shola Blastoff. It's going to enable the TA to save. She's coming back in the fight with a Mel Strike onto DP. Fine. But we do end up losing the life of the Undying. Onslaught back in. They're looking for New. But now the respawns are on. Heroes are returning to the fray. They kill off the Primal Beast. Here comes this Lone Druid, at least trying to chomp down onto New. With the help of Han and the Mel Strike, they should be able to find him. But now Han is in so much danger. He got too greedy here, Harry Freak. He got way too greedy. He wasn't watching the last game. He didn't hear us say, greed is good. 9, 9, 9, 9. No, 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 no. Don't get greedy. Otherwise, you lose the fight. And now they're on track to lose the game after that play.
And the Gyro, considering how long that fight was, he walked to his base, or flown wide to his base, whatever, and then he TP'd back to just end it, right? He got so close to dying, as you mentioned, 30 HP, and I really like that Raiden side is able to go for these kind of chases. This is what their lineup is good at. Unfortunately, a 9k gold lead is making it so that the TA cannot finish people off. Chen bringing auras with the Vlads, with the mech, and it's just impossible to bring some of these heroes down.
The sad thing about this as well is that once these BKBs come online, suddenly this is a much more difficult affair to reliably keep going. LGD recovering from a difficult start to the game to make this mid-game look very promising for themselves. And we go back again to the nature of their draft on the side of the goalies. When you're in this deficit position, how do you even make plays to drag yourself back into it, man? This is so hard to do. We're still very far away from having the full Blink BKB on Primal. You can at least decide on the Blink in 400 gold. So we're close enough to having some degree of initiation.
They want to fight this, and they should fight this. You cannot allow all of the outer towers to fall.
Gonna go on the Death Prophet first. Mew's gonna take a lot of damage from the Pulverize and the right clicks from Han. Mew almost dead here, but the Death Prophet is still alive. Arena thrown in right now by Setsu, able to help bring down the Lone Druid, and they burst through the Primal Beast as well with the help of Shiro. The triple kill for the Gyro. Death Prophet doesn't even die, and they get the tier 2 tower in the process. LGD definitely about to win game 1 as Undying also getting himself caught out, brought down. Han, he was hiding for as long as he could, but now they found him. They know where he's at. Setsu looking for the angle for the spear. Didn't find it initially, but with this homing missile catching onto Han, now they can get him perfectly into the cliff, finish him off, secure the team wipe, and put themselves in pole position in game 1.
This is just looking amazing for LGD. It's only 20 minutes in, and they're getting team wipes. And the thing is, you kind of have to go for those engagements. If you allow every single tower to fall, you're a TA lineup that's never going to be able to get Roche. That's never going to be able to get a control of an area with your traps around the map. And you have to go for it. Sure, you might lose faster because of it, but it is just the right move at the moment. Unfortunately, the early game didn't set you up for success.
Primal does finish off his Blink, but Setsu wants to kill him. Doesn't have any assistance close enough though, so we'll just zone him back while the rest of the crew starts to control the area around the Roshan pit. Shiro almost has his BKB, but definitely strong enough to go into the pit right now without fearing too much. Look at this. They're going to try and smoke up to stop this from the goalies. But check this out. Look at my boy Setsu. The mid laner, baby, planting an Observer Ward, giving them perfect vision so they know that this fight is coming and can prepare accordingly.
Yeah, they know, and the Roche is gonna fall in time. Plus, you're gonna have the Hand of God in 20 seconds. I don't know if they can kill anybody when that is available.
I don't feel like they can kill anybody right now because they're already backing off. The Observer Ward, at the very least, does scout out all of these heroes from LGD. The goalies, they're still sticking around. They're thinking about it. They jump in. Primal Beast gets the Pulverize out, but he doesn't have a BKB, so he can't keep it going. Look at Setsu! The huge, massive arena catches almost everybody. Only Han manages to escape. And as they all get eviscerated within less than 5 seconds, they know where this game is going. And the goalies suffer the well in the towel. GG, well played is called. LGD, show us why I have their banner behind me. This is the team that I've dedicated my fandom to.
They pretty much decimated their opponents in, as we see, 22 minutes and 23